Hello, Aries. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today we'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of January 2024. Yes, first reading of the new year. Ooh, interesting, Aries. Okay, for the readings today, I'm using my original tarot deck. I'll clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Then I will close out your reading, Aries, with a Star Seed Oracle card. Okay, so lots of things happening this first week in the new year. And I'm feeling like these are things you were planning for, Aries, especially as it relates to your money. It's like there's some things you didn't know, and maybe some things that you thought were going to happen in 2023, but they didn't happen exactly like you thought they would. So now you're ready to change up what you're doing, and that's what your plan is. So as we move into this first week of January, I'm picking up here that you're changing your plans, you're changing your strategy, you're making different moves, and you're really stepping into like a new, I want to say, position, identity as it relates to your money. It's like you know exactly where you want to go. You're willing to do the work to make it happen. You just need to switch things up a little bit. And that's what the Magician is telling us. Now, here's where things can really turn around for you rather quickly. You have the awareness that something needs to be different, Aries, and you also have the knowledge to do something different, which I feel like maybe you weren't confident about in 2023, but now you're like, yeah, I know how to do this, or I know what direction I need to go. So as that relates to your money, I feel like this first week of January is really going to be all about revealing a new plan and mapping out some different steps. Now, the thing is here is you're going to have to take time to figure out how you're going to kind of work this into your current schedule, because I'm also picking up that you also have some new responsibilities starting in January, and that's going to impact a little bit your plan as it relates to making more money, maybe starting a new job, starting a business, doing all the things. So your schedule is really going to be crucial as it relates to you making more money. You really need to plan out your days, and you really need to figure out what is going to be the best use of my time today. All right, now that's the beginning message that I'm picking up here. We have a little bit of, like I said, things didn't quite work out in 2023 like you thought they would, but we also have the Magician. Now that's the card of alchemy. That's literally you turning things around and you making things work, using what you have, really strategizing how you're going to put it all together, and it really pays off for you. Next, we got the Moon card, which means you don't know everything, but that's not going to hold you back. Like I said, you know more than you did last year as it relates to your money, and so you're using what you do know to your advantage. We also have that Eight of Pentacles, which is about you taking the work necessary. We already discussed that. You're ready. You're ready to take action, and nothing is going to stop you from taking action. Then we have those plans here that we talked about. Planning, scheduling, really organizing and structuring your life to make these money goals the priority. And that's not always easy to do. We have family, we have responsibilities, we've got our own challenges and things going on in our life. So it's not always easy to make making money the priority. But in some cases, that is what we have to do. But like I said, Aries, I'm already picking up that you have clarity on what needs to be done and how you're going to do it, which actually gives you a lot of confidence and gives you a lot of, what's the word, mojo? It kind of lights a fire under you. Okay, interesting. All right, so We've got the Queen of Wands, which talks about changes in the physical space. The other thing about the Queen of Wands is that it means that something needs to be moved around, but you're a little resistant to changing it up. Now, this could be physically, like maybe there's a piece of furniture that needs to be moved. It could also be energetically. There's something you need to shift energetically, and you're kind of resistant to it. So you're just going to have to really tap in, go within, and figure out what is it that needs to be moved around, shifted, what needs to be different as it relates to your space. And this can be energetic space or it could be physical space. But whenever I see that Queen of Wands, it means something needs to shift, okay? Now we also have the Eight of Swords, and that's the card of feeling like we're having self-limiting beliefs. Now, we already talked about in this first row of cards that you know you can do whatever it is you want to do. Now, you may not know exactly how it's all going to play out, but you're confident that you will figure it out as you go. But here's where things get, you get tripped up a little bit, Aries. And sometimes you think, well, I don't know that, or I don't have any connections, or maybe I'm not, whatever enough to do that. But the thing is these are all kind of, it's like the chatter going on in your head, and that really needs to be addressed. I feel like as we move into 2024, you really will do the internal work, or you will continue doing the inner work to really look at yourself differently and what you're capable of, because you really have no limitations, Aries. But it's all about you making sure you see yourself in that way. And we talked about that earlier with how you're positioning yourself, your business, your career, whatever, and the identity that you are carrying as you move forward. You need to really identify as someone who is successful, wealthy, or someone who gets everything that he or she desires, because you will, especially as it relates to money. Now we've got this Two of Pentacles here. The Two of Pentacles talks about really paying attention to the balance, or balancing the budget. So really pay attention to your budget. I think moving into the new year, a lot of the signs are getting this card. We really need to rework our budget, really allocate our money to the things that really matter to us, and really kind of tracking our income and our expenses. And I know this is not the fun, pretty part of making a lot of money, but it is the part that will really secure your financial stability. I guess that's the best way to say it. If you really want to be successful financially, you really need to understand your numbers. You need to know where the money's going, when it's going, why it's going, what money's coming in, when it's coming in, and why it's coming in. Okay, these are all very important, crucial things when it comes to being someone who is a master of money, someone who is financially stable, financially literate. Next, we've got this Ten of Pentacles. Now, this is an exciting card because I do believe that you are going to really be working with someone or collaborating with someone as it relates to your financial situation. Now, this could be something work-related. It could also be something business-related or investment-related, but you will be partnering with someone, and it looks like you both are going to benefit from this connection, from this collaboration, or from working together. Now, this could also be a project. I am picking up that you're going to start something new that will be profitable for you, Aries. And I'm feeling like some of you are going to be writing a book, which is very exciting. I've always wanted to write a book, but I just never did. But some of you are going to be, doing some type of project like that, where you're writing a book, maybe you're starting a podcast, maybe you're starting a YouTube channel. It's something like that where you really can put your voice out there. And if you stick with it and you continue and you are diligent and disciplined with it, oh my goodness, this is going to unlock so many doors. It's going to open so many opportunities for you, Aries. So get excited about whatever this new project is. January is an excellent time to start. Stick with it, because by this time next year, I do believe that you can make some money doing this. Finally, we got that Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks about canceled travel plans. Now, I feel like this is a postponement for some of you. Maybe you had some plans, and it looks like you're going to have to push them back towards a later time during this year in 2024. Also, too, I feel like this is something more personal, but it will impact your professional life. So like taking a trip, maybe to go see family, or maybe just a personal vacation, and you decide to reschedule it because you've got things to, to do at work, or whatever, your projects, whatever. But I do feel like this is going to be a personal trip that gets rescheduled or postponed in some way. All right, Aries, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for, the month of January 2024. Ooh, look, you definitely clear whatever is holding you back from believing you are totally capable, a winner, successful. I love to see that. Again, you got that 10 of Pentacles. That's collaborating, group work. I'm telling you, Aries, it's going to pay off. All you got to do is stick with it. Okay, 8 of Wands, one of my favorite cards because that's a timing card, because that is the card that means things happen quickly once they do start moving, or it means things happen ahead of schedule. As that relates to your money, don't be surprised if you get some money sooner than later. All right. The other thing too is it also means that maybe something just happens ahead of schedule. You know, the loan goes through sooner than what they told you it would. Could be somebody pays you back sooner than they told you they would. Whatever it is, it's going to be good. Next up, we got that 8 of Swords. Like I said, you really figure out what's going on here, and you challenge your own beliefs, and you start saying, hey, I can do whatever the you-know-what I want to do and make it work and be successful and do all the things. So this is really good to see, because that means you're doing the inner work. You're actually shifting your beliefs, and you can really see yourself differently. See yourself as someone who is a winner, who is really achieving the goals that they set. Now, we also got this Ace of Wands. This means cash is coming your way. Although it's not going to be as much as you expect, it's still a good card, though. You know, the Ace of Wands literally is the card of cash. So it looks like someone's going to give you cash. Maybe they're not going to give you as much as they said. You know, maybe somebody pays you back partially, or maybe you win cash at the casino. It could be anything. You know, maybe you win $20 as opposed to $100, but it's still good, right? So cash is definitely coming your way towards the middle of the month. Next, we got the World card. Now, the World card, again, this is a beautiful card. This talks about the completion of a cycle. It also talks about, you know, this could also be an international travel card, although I'm not picking up that energy, but it could be for some of you. But it means that it's really time for you to level up. It's really time for you to kind of break free from where you are. It's like growth is inevitable for you, Aries, and the World card really just confirms that. And it's really time for you to start operating and living at a higher level. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to, like, you know, buy expensive things, but internally you just have a higher expectation of, you know, what's going on in your life, the people around you, your relationships, your work, all the things where things just really, it's like you just have a bigger vision. You just have more that you want, and you are starting to really put yourself in the position of having more, being more, doing more, all those things. We talked about that 10 of Pentacles. Again, you're going to be working with someone. I do feel like some of you are going to be writing a book or starting a podcast or whatever the case may be, and you're going to be working with someone on that. Like I said, it's probably going to take a year before you start seeing the results. Some of you, it could happen sooner, but just from what I know as it relates to these types of projects, it will take some time. But if you stick with it, I'm telling you, it will pay off. Finally, we got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune means things really turn around for you. Although, again, I'm picking up that this is not going to happen in the way that you expect. Now, this is not negative, but it does mean that sometimes through a series of events that appear to be negative at first, things really work out to your advantage. And I have experienced this so many times in my own life where something, quote unquote, bad happens, but then something amazingly positive comes out of it as a result. Now, this isn't always fun and it's not always easy. But the thing is that we have to trust that everything ultimately works in our favor and in our highest good, even the things that don't necessarily feel good or appear to be positive in some way. Now, as this relates to your money, pay attention to things that come up. Maybe an unexpected bill. I've had this happen where I'm like, oh my gosh, I owe this huge amount, like on an insurance premium, and I really didn't want to pay it. And then you pay it, and then what happens? A month later, something happens and you need to put in a claim. And I'm just using that as an example, right? So initially, it was terrible because I had this huge bill due. But then as time went on, I saw that that was really a benefit, because if I didn't have the insurance, I would be way worse off than, than I initially thought. So, like I said, I use that as an example because sometimes things work out that way, especially money things. That happens. It happens to all of us. All right, Aries, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2024. Things are moving and shaking. Okay. All right, so again, I am picking up, you're going to be doing a lot of, January is really going to be you making decisions, what you want your life to look like, because I'm picking up more money mindset cards. This is great to see this in the reverse, because again, that means you're shifting what you believe is possible for you. We also have this King of Cups. That's the card of emotional intelligence and really feeling like you are moving in the right direction and being secure in your own actions. But we've got this Four of Wands, which means that there could be a little bit of instability in some areas of your life. Now, we're talking about money. Where in your financial life could you make things more secure? You really want to focus on that as we move throughout the month of January, Aries, okay? Could be beefing up your savings. Maybe it could be buying insurance like we talked about earlier. Whatever the case may be, pay attention to what areas of your life could you make more secure as it relates to your money. Next, we got the Page of Swords. This is unexpected news about something being stopped or discontinued. Like I said, I always see that card when a bill gets paid off or something gets, you cancel a subscription, something like that. Next up, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles means you're going to be busy working. We talked about that earlier with the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles means that you're no longer feeling bored or disillusioned with the work you do. As a matter of fact, you start working again with a new sense of purpose, maybe a new perspective where you feel like really productive and really in alignment with what it is you want to do. Now, this is something new as a result of the inner work that you're doing that we talked about as it relates to your finances. But that Seven of Pentacles is a really, I want to say it's a pivot as it relates to what you do, because you are really working more purposefully and more intentionally now. And again, that means you're getting closer and closer to the experience you want to have as it relates to your finances. We talked about that King of Cups. That's the card of emotional intelligence, also emotional sensitivity. He always shows up when you are doing the inner work and when you are actually making internal shifts and changing your life and who you are for the better. Now, I'm not saying you are not, you. But, as we grow and evolve and we level up in consciousness, it really impacts every area of our life. We talked about that Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles means your money mindset is definitely changing for the better. You really do see the potential and you really do see the possibilities in what it is you want to do. Like I said, this project is really screaming out at me. There's something you're going to do and it's just going to blow up. You just have to stick with it, okay? All right, Aries. Let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Starseed Oracle card. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so you got Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets. lost wisdom look a little deeper. All right, now we talked about this kind of towards the beginning of your reading as it relates to you kind of unlocking some things that really will kind of give you a more structured plan as it relates to your money for the year of 2024. So there's definitely wisdom to be found, and there's definitely quote unquote secrets, but I feel like this is something that's going to be revealed to you the more you commit to the process, Aries. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.